The man placed his hand on the polar bear's carcass and had his companion take a picture of him. Suddenly, he felt a sharp pain shooting through his arm. Bart lifted his arm and saw a bleeding wound. His companion observed it and believed it was a flea bite. By nightfall, Bart's arm had become unbearably itchy. Even scratching until he bled couldn't stop the itch. Left with no choice, he bandaged it with gauze. The next day, pus began to ooze from the wound. Initially, Bart didn't give it much thought until he saw that the polar bear's carcass was covered in worms. Only then did he realize the severity of the problem. Bart immediately prepared to clean the wound on his arm. However, when he unwrapped the gauze, he discovered that not only had the wound festered, but there were also wriggling worms inside. How did these worms get there? Scientist David and his team came to the Arctic for an expedition. On a glacier, they found a polar bear gnawing on something. The assistant shot a tranquilizer dart at the target, and under the effects of the tranquilizer, it fell asleep. When David approached the polar bear, he determined that it weighed less than 200 pounds, which was on the smaller side for polar bears. After global warming, food had become scarce on this small island. David then went to the spot where the polar bear had been eating. What he saw next amazed him. Underneath the ice was the carcass of an ancient woolly mammoth. Faced with this unprecedented great discovery, David set up a tent right on top of the mammoth's carcass. 2 days later, the tranquilized polar bear died mysteriously, and even the team members started experiencing various discomforts. In light of this sudden situation, Jenny suspected that there was an ancient virus inside the mammoth's carcass. This movie is called Thaw, but due to copyright issues, I can only show you this much. If you're interested, you can check out the original film.